will be a little bit different. First of all, we have to make sure that all the equipment works. So this stream will be a little bit different. You won't be able to actually see me. Also, I'll be testing this stream. You won't be able to see me. Okay, yeah. You should be able to see me. Well, you shouldn't be able to see me, but today's stream will be without a cam for once. I hope that my voice is loud enough in comparison to the game, actually. I'll also be posting the announcement for the stream on our Discord so that everybody can come watch us. Just quickly do a little everyone. Starting tournament soon. Spark. Come check us out live on YouTube. Until Wednesday. There we go. So, hello everyone again. Let's see here. I am getting a lot of the decks sent to me. I'm going to be checking out. I'm going to be actually checking out some of the packs that our contestants will be using this time around. Let's see here. Everything should be working out well. I'll also make a little post on Twitter that we're having this tournament. I should have done all of this ahead of time, but you know, as they say, slow and steady wins the race. Or something like that. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm actually quite sleepy today. But that's okay. Can't have super much power every day. I should have gotten more sleep today, but I didn't sleep well. So, first EndCycle versus 3 minutes. We're starting soon. Well, okay. So, welcome everyone to EndCycle versus Fight the Devs, or rather the online event that we're going to be having every second week, I believe. Well, on Sundays we will have this little event where we just get together with our friends and we're just going to be playing the game together with y'all. I hope y'all can hear me well. We're just gonna play. Okay, should all work out. If anything is up, if I'm being too silent, if the game is being too loud, please just type it down in the chat, and otherwise we can start in just a second. We are going to, since it's the first tournament, we're still a little bit messy in terms of everything, so we're still getting everything set up. I will be creating an online lobby for everybody to join in. So let's just create an online lobby on New York. Okay. Now everything looks to be good so far. And my settings on the recorder also look good. Great, perfect. So I will be actually showing I'll be showing my pack real quick. So this is going to be my strategies. But well, before we actually look at my pack, I will just mess around a little bit and hope to create a little overlay with all of the packs that we received. So I'll just save my packs as a picture. And yes, I could have done this up front, but today is Sunday, so I wanted to save my energy for the stream, not that I have a lot of it anyway. If you're in chat, feel free to drop by, say hi. I think there should be a stream on this. I think you should be able to chat on the screen if you're just watching and not playing with us today. If you're playing with us, of course, you can just hang out in the main chat of the lobby. But if you're also with us online on our stream, then just feel free to chat with us. I'm reading the chat always, so glad you're all here. Glad you all could make it. So let's see here. I have to check out the brackets. I have to shuffle the brackets before we start. And let's see here. So I'll try to make another overlay for the tournament, where we'll be able to see the contestants' VOC packs actually, which will probably be really cool. So I'll just create a little something here. This here. I'm just currently setting up all of the stuff for the streaming. And yeah, I should have done this up front, but you know what? It's fine. We're here to have fun. There we go. This is supposed to be the background. And we'll fit it to the screen. And we'll make the actual video capture a little bit smaller. And see if we can actually get to fit all of the information about the contestants on screen. Might be that this layout won't work just as well as I hope it will, but if everything works out well, then we should have a really cool tournament overlay setup shenanigan going on. So if we take my 2 packs, next time I'll of course do all of this ahead of time, but for now you all have to bear this with me. You're all trapped here. No, just kidding. I hope you all will have fun watching the exciting matches that we'll have for you today. Let's see here. So all of the players should be in my lobby already. And we'll also take a look into our Discord to check out what the players are up to. And let's see here. And we'll go to here. So I wonder now if I can add my pack as a image into this whole thing here. There we go. Hello Valky, welcome. We're going to be starting the tournament at in 15 minutes. So for now, I'm just setting up all of the things so that it looks cool. How's that fit? A little bit bigger, huh? Ever so slightly. I wish this would snap. Oh well. Okay, so we'll have pack 1, and then we will also have pack 2. And if we now copy this and we paste a duplicate, and we rename it like this. Then pack 2 will be whatever is the second pack of the person, so that you can actually see the attacks that both players will be using. This is cool, right? I think it should work well. Then we'll have another text source up top, where we'll have the tournament players, and in here we'll just add player 1 versus player 2. And we'll of course use our default font, that is Vector by Cherry Ray. Thank you so much, Cherry Ray, for creating these fonts. So EndCycle versus tournament versus player 2. There we go. And we'll add a little bit of an outline to it, a black one. Looking cool. That should look cool. I wish this would stop snapping. There we go. And now we have a really cool layout for our tournament. Now I'll still also be using, or rather I'll be gathering the remaining packs from everybody. So we have So our contestants this time around. Oh yeah, perhaps I should also create a scene where we can see the tournament bracket. So if there's still a tiny bit of work left to do before we go live with the tournament. So let's see who else is in the tournament that has not started yet. Let's see here. It's the first time for us working with the tournament bot from Challenge, or rather from Tournament Kings. So this will be really cool. We have 4 players registered to take part today, or rather 5. I'm not sure actually. We'll have to check that. So we have. Okay, now I'm going to shuffle the tournament bracket. And now that the tournament bracket is shuffled, we can actually officially start the tournament. There we go. The tournament has now started. On Discord. Okay. So let's see here. Have a little display preview of the tournament bracket. Around standings. So we can see actually everything. Oh, cool. Should we do this here? Oh, this is the first time I'm working with this, so fun. Let's see, I would have to customize the CSS for this to work, huh? So how about we do it a little bit differently? Yes, I'm also very hyped to play this tournament with you all. I have to just finish setting up everything, and then the tournament will officially start in the next 10 minutes actually. So let's see here. We have a window capture. There we go. And we will look at. There we go. And we'll make this a little bit smaller. Wonderful. Well, provided I don't change anything. We should have a live preview of who is currently having which standing. Cool! And I think that will sell it for the overlay. Although I feel like we can improve it just ever so slightly. How about we do this here? It's just going to be like this. There we go. And we'll make it a little bit bigger. Or no, rather smaller. And the outline will not be that tough. And if we duplicate this, call this one node 2. Perfect. So, now that we have prepared our official tournament layout, we will be ready to begin momentarily. Can you all see the standings well? Can you all see the overlay well? Does it make somewhat sense? Yeah, it should be fine. There we go. Looking good. Okay, perfect. Looking great. Wow, that's a cool layout we built, don't you think? So, I think if everybody was already present, good. So again, the rule set for this tournament is that I actually will have to receive the pictures of all players before we start for their packs. And a pack, for those of you who have not seen EndCycle versus matches so far, a pack is actually one, as you can see on the screen, it is one strategy basically. It is one set of attacks containing 12 attacks, a character, and basically it's the strategy that you will use mid-battle. And yeah, all the tournament participants need to send me their pack pictures when they're done customizing their packs, so that we can ensure that there is no cheating going on with, you know, players changing their packs before the battles actually start. So yeah, we have the main deck and the alternative deck. There we go. In the future, this will all be much smoother. Again, this is the first tournament we've been organizing since quite a few months now. I think it's been more than a year now since the last tournament, which is quite a while. Okay, now I'm still missing the packs from 2 players, which is I think from Chaos. Send me your packs as a screenshot, please, so that we can ensure that there is no cheating going on. Now you can see my packs on screen already, and you've all been with me while I was making the layout, so you all know that I am not that I have not actually cheated for this tournament, which is quite important because I, as the organizer and game developer, of course, would have you know, I want to be fair to all of the players, other players. It wouldn't be any fun if I all of a sudden were to cheat either. And I can assure you that I will in fact not win this tournament, or rather, if I will, I urge you all to play EndCycle more extensively. Of course, as the developer, I know a few good combinations, but I always strive to keep the game balanced, of course, for everybody. So I think that the strategies I will be using will not be strategies that can be exploited by the people playing the game. So the first match of today will actually be me fighting against Sojitsu, it seems, which means I will be setting up the overlay for that. So it will be my main pack. I will enter Sojitsu will actually be player 1, and I will be player 2. Or rather, I'll call myself Galaxis. Thank you. And then what we will do here is that I will be changing this one to Sojitsu's first pack, and mine will also be changed to my first pack. Where is it? There we go. No, that is my side pack. This was my main pack. Yeah, you can see it based on the description actually. Yeah, and we're actually going to also, I think it would be too much effort to always be changing the title, so I'll actually just change that one to just say EndCycle versus Championship. There we go. Should be a little bit better. There we go. I'll increase the font size just a little bit. Okay, never mind. Staying like this. Okay, there we go. So now the last pack that we're missing is from no side pack. Okay, so character 2, please. I think the last thing that we're missing is the pack from Thomas Kang, which is the developer of One Step from Eden, by the way. Check out that game. It's also super fun, super cool game. Click clack, click clack. I'm just writing some people in their Discord chats to send me the packs so that we can look at them on screen. Okay, now what we'll do now is I'll just make sure that I'm using my main pack. Yes, I'm using my main pack. That is the same pack that is on screen right now. Yes, it's unchanged, of course it is. Good. And we will be determining the winner, or rather the red and blue sides based on a coin flip. Perhaps I should also open up a page for that. Right. So we have another coin flip up here, and we'll do it as follows. So Sojitsu, we will start our game in a second. I will coin flip to determine our sides. Red equals heads. We'll do it like this. I'm red if coin equals heads. So let's flip the coin. Heads, which means that I will be starting out on the red side, and Sojitsu will be on the blue side. Now, before we start, I will only be saving the last pack. 1 second. Okay, under pictures, attorneys, and that is Chaos Tales. Okay. There we go. everything's looking good. We will now enter the first match, which is Sojitsu versus me, Galaxis. I will be using my controller for that. Oh my gosh, everything's falling apart in my room. Great, okay. Now everyone, you've been waiting long enough. We'll now begin the first match of our EndCycle versus tournament. The time limit is 5 minutes, the win is set to 1, and we will not respond. The battle will be set to Classic for the entirety of this tournament. Yes. Now, without further ado, let's begin the first match of the game. I will try to commentate on it, however, in the future we'll have more commentators than just me. So for today, it's only me, but in the future you'll have more, of course. Okay, now, let's begin. It's me versus Sojitsu, but now let's begin. Sojitsu misses his first combo. I will be breaking a lot of his panels so that I am able to get up real close with him. Ouch. And that ice cube hit, I am in a very precarious position. However, Sojitsu using his Ultra Rock and crushing me, gained the first victory against me. That is okay. Good. Now that I lost the first match, I am able to determine, do I want to switch my pack or do I want to stay with it? I will stay with my pack for the next match, which means I'm not changing pack. You should message into the Discord, into the chat if you're actually changing your pack or if not. Okay, so let's begin the second match. Also, before we begin the second match, I think I have to before we begin, I first have to quickly save Thomas's packs as pictures so that we're able to look at them on screen. Okay. So, okay. Then, let's begin the second match. I will have to actually win this one if I want to not fall into the loser's bracket. Okay, let's begin. Oh my god, there is no music. That is eerie. And also a bug. So just hitting himself with his own... I'll be grabbing that coffee bean for myself. I was hit by Sojitsu's Chrono Rip, however, he was unable to capitalize on that. If I'm able to pull off a few field attacks, I'm dodging his Ultra Block perfectly. This will be a tough one for Sojitsu. He can still make a comeback from this, however, it will of course be tough on him since I have quite a link. He's slightly trapped in between all of these panels. I'm switching packs to maintain a constant pressure on Sojitsu. He's unable to heal. Switching packs. No. And I capitalize on that missed Ultra Block. When using an Rose's Ultra Rock, you'll want to keep your distance from the enemy. Which means it is now 1 against 1 in terms of score. GG. Sojitsu not switching, staying blue. He now gets the right to say whether or not he wants to switch between blue or red side. Okay, so before we start the last match between me and Sojitsu, I first have to save the last player's inventory so that we're able to use it in the stream overlay. So, let's see here. We'll be starting the last match in just a moment. Let me finish up on this here real quick. And that is then and this here is the second one. Okay, now that we have all the packs assembled, we are now able to continue with the tournament. So, last match. It's the best of 5 in the finals. Let's see here again. Best of 5 matches. So first to 3 wins, first to 5 wins in finals. Okay, well, oh no, no. First to 3 wins, yeah. Okay. So, my bad, which means that there are still quite some matches left between me and Sojitsu. So, let's do this. Let's begin. I can now see my cursor actually. Well, okay. So, I will be actually switching tactics this time. I will try to actually use a lot of projectiles on myself. That Ultravoc hits like a firecracker. I think that Ultravoc needs to be balanced a little bit. That is quite powerful, especially against an elemental enemy. I will not be switching, so no switch. It's 1 to 2 right now, which means Sojitsu needs one more victory to get his win. Okay. This could very well be my last match if I'm not being careful. Unfortunately, due to the crack panels, he is not able to. He's not able to recover or get. Sojitsu seems to be panicking quite a bit. With 15 HP left, will he be able to pull off a second Pokemon? Nope. That will be a perfect victory from me, actually. Wow. Which means it's now a 2-2. 2-2. Wonderful. Lots of fun is being had right now. So we have 5 players online at the moment. If anybody watching wants to join and watch in-game, you can also do that, and you will appear in the spectator seats, actually. Okay. So Sojitsu is switching to his second pack, which means that we will have to switch that to number 2. Sojitsu is now using his alternative pack, which consists of a very different strategy. I'll not look at it too much, but I mean, technically, the players could profit from seeing everyone else's strategies on stream. However, this is now 2 versus 2 in terms of points, which means that whoever wins this next match will actually proceed in the winner's bracket, and the one who will lose will get demoted to the loser's bracket. Let's continue with the next match. Ow. Hit by this cyber. However, I think I detonated that bomb barrel before it was able to land properly. Being very hard with the close attacks, so we have to be careful of Sojitsu's Ultra Rock coming out any moment now. I knew it. However, unfortunately for Sojitsu, I was able to predict his Ultra Ball. As well as... And one more Fire Sword should seal the deal. Where Sojitsu has been healing up quite consistently. If I'm able to, and that is the last attack required for me to proceed to the winner's bracket. Whew. Well played, Sojitsu. Unfortunately, my pressure that I put on by breaking your panels consistently put you in a very tight spot. Well played, however. That was really good plays by Sojitsu. Which means that we can promote Sojitsu, and the question is now how I can report that. I'm quite the beginner in this whole shenanigan in terms of reporting match scores. Wonder how I can report a match score. Why am I not able to do that? I am the organizer, so I should be able to report it somehow. Am I not? Oh, I'm not logged in. Aha! Now you see that is the problem. Now I will just quickly log in to the website, and then I will report these tournament standings. Now the next player will now be Chaos Tales against me again. So let's see here. And I will be logging into my account. So, excuse me for 1 second. Something's not working at the moment. Oh my god. Nothing is working. Well, let's okay, I will look. I have an idea. I don't have to even. Oh my god. Okay. So now that we have the first standing, that was a 2 to 3 for me, which means I'm proceeding. And okay, there we go. Oh yeah, now I got it updated. So, the next two players will be me and Chaos Tales, which means that it's going to be quite an intense fight. Let's see what Chaos Tales will be using as his equipment. Chaos Tales will actually be using a single pack and will not be switching between them. Here we go. And we also need to change his name. So, Chaos Tales will be using the Trickster pack against me. And I got sent a secondary pack as well, okay. Cool, good to know. So, Chaos Tales, those two actually look... Oh, the secondary pack simply has a different character then. Okay, good, no problem. Which means that I'll just quickly save this. Okay. So, what we'll do now is we will actually be doing another coin flip to determine who will be on which side of the battlefield. Yet again, I will say heads equals I'm red. So, if we flip, tails, which means that I am actually going to be blue. Which will mean that Chaos needs to leave his slot and enter the red slot. Which means that, let's take a look again at the bracket. Okay, so I'll be now fighting Chaos Tails 7. Let's start the first match. Okay, so I'll have to get used to a little bit that I'm actually playing on the other side of the belt. Ow. I'm being hit by a ton of different attacks. However, that is quite okay. I'll be switching to my healing pack in order to ensure it's more of a possible healing. That attack line as well, which means that we're now on more equal standing. Nope, and activate. Oh no, god dang it. That was my own Notice Me that defeated me. Yikes. Which means it's now 1 versus 0 for me. Or rather, against me. So, next match, I'm not switching. I will actually stay with my pack. My main pack. This time around, I will be breaking some of his closer panels, which means that he's not unable to come close towards me. Well, becoming insignificant, the stun wave is really good, a really good combo starter. However, I'm not going down for the fight. It's really hard to commentate and battle at the same time, actually. I'm going to use Red Espresso to slow him down. Ow! And his Ultra Voc hits me. Despite being slowed down, he was able to get the advantage on me by using his Ultra Voc. I went in for the stun lock, well, not stun lock, but for the combo of 3 swords, where you use 3 swords in a row. But unfortunately, Chaos Tails was able to use his Ultra Voc, catching me off guard. And that means it's 2-0. Which means I will not be switching yet again. I'm very confident in my pack right now. Let's play Sojitsu. Suffering that I have a lot of poison, but that is okay. I will regain that or not, or I will get a crush, that also works. Ah, yeah, that was a crushing 3-0 defeat for me. I should have switched packs. 3-0, well played. Unfortunately, that was a crushing defeat for me. I simply got overwhelmed by the strategies that Chaos Tails put up, which means that Chaos Tails will be advancing to the next round. It's a 3-0 for Chaos Tails. I will, however, be in the losers round, which means that the next match will be New Kid versus Thomas. Which means that he'll need to join in, and we'll determine who will win with a coin flip. So let's see here. The next round will be New Kid against against and the packs that they'll be using will be this one. In the future I have to make some kind of auto overlay for all of this. And New Kid will be actually using the following. This one right here. There we go. So this is going to be the equipment for the next match. I will give will give Thomas a little reminder that it's his turn to play. I think he's been practicing by himself all this time. Yeah. So we'll check out the strategies that these two players have been coming up with. Yeah. Everybody still has the chance at reaching the versus champion role, provided of course nothing goes wrong with all of the matches. I hope you all in the chat have been having a good time and a fun time watching. If you like the game, you should definitely grab it on Steam if you haven't yet. I will make a little message to write to all of you regularly, so enjoying, grab the game on Steam, and then it's like gonna be a little link to the game. Join our Discord here. With it also a link to our Discord. Oh, okay, right. So, TM Kang, I'll coin flip. So, red equals heads for TM Kang. Let's check it out. So, flipping the coin. Heads, which means, yeah, you're red TM Kang. Okay. So, the last thing that I will do before we start is send a little, that I will be sending a little, notification into the chat here, that you all should grab the game, join our Discord. Oh my, that was formatted a little bit weirdly. Okay, so let's the next match begin. It's going to be TM Kang versus New Kid in 1 second, of course. Wish I could participate. Oh, don't worry, Mega. We'll still have many tournaments in the future as well. Okay. We'll still have many tournaments in the future, so don't worry about missing this one. You'll be able to play with us whenever in the future, so don't worry at all, don't worry. We'll have tons of more matches for you to be part of, next, in the next month, actually. I believe the next tournament will be in 1 month. We'll have monthly tournaments, I believe. I'll also try to get into touch with the N1GP group. Since this is a Mega Man Battle Network inspired group, it would be really cool if we could somehow have some kind of joint tournament situation. Would be really cool. Of course, no pressure on them. They are, of course, more Battle Network fans, so this might not be necessarily exactly the thing that they would like to do, but we'll see. I'll still get into touch with them. I also opened the window here, so because I am actually roasting, it's so hot. I hope that you won't hear too much static going in from outside. But let the next match begin. TM Kang versus New Kid. New Kid starting strong with the cross leap. TM Kang putting on the pressure with his stun block combo. TM Kang going for the double bind pull. However, both of them miss. Actually, I think one hit. However, New Kid is putting on the pressure with a similar block combination as I had. It is quite a good block combination to combine up blade and down blade as well as the sword. And New Kid striking TM Kang with that sword attack. Which means that the first match goes to New Kid. It is now 0-1. TM Kang, you switching packs or sides. If a pack is getting switched, I will need to update the overlay. Only loser can New Kid. Okay, so we'll begin the second match. Let's begin. Second match of TM Kang versus New Kid. TM Kang uses this way. New Kid is getting a lot of damage from that combo. However, due to his fire element, he was also able to deter a lot of damage from that. Both players playing defensively, however, TM Kang using a cool combination of attacks to get his revenge on New Kid, resulting in a 1-1 scenario. Very cool. Automato. I wish I knew what you were referencing. Actually, I don't think I know the reference right now. But yeah, let's see. We're getting a lot of cheering in the chat for New Kid. But I, of course, as the commentator, am not allowed to be biased. Valky, don't worry. It's really easy once you get into it. It's got a lot of ways to also play it without making your own strategies. You can also create strategies from existing ones that other players uploaded. So if you don't know how to play the game yet, don't worry at all. Just feel free to join us the next time we play. Feel free to train up until then. We have tons of people in our Discord, so if you haven't yet, grab the game on Steam and join our Discord. Okay, so let's begin the second match. New Kid versus TM Kang. It's a 1v1. Let's begin. Both players dodging. New Kid throwing out 2 store attacks. TM Kang killing 3 of the 4 Earth Barrage hits, which is quite a lot of damage. However, New Kid has the elemental advantage over TM Kang, which means that there is a lot of damage that's going missing. New Kid using a lot of his sword attacks and strategically using his barrier. Ooh, and the poison takes off TM Kang. I do not have the energy to keep commentating these energetic matches. I'm still very sleepy today. We'll need more casters in the future. TM Kang is staying with his pack, and we have some predictions going on in the chat, in the YouTube chat. But let's begin the next match, which means that 1, 2, 2. Yep. Sorry. My bad. It's 1-2 for New Kid. Let's begin the match whenever both players are ready. Both players are having a really tough time countering each other's combinations. I believe that the combos are a heal combo that might be broken. Okay. No problemo. So let's see if a heal combo that TM Kang created is broken or not. Still main pack. If this is still his main pack, then yeah, then so he's not switching, which means that we'll check out the heal combo that TM Kang has created. If he's able to pull it off, that is. Okay. It seems that TM Kang is using... Oh yeah, that is definitely an exploit. I'm calling, stop. That is not a, match cancelled. That is an exploit, and I will be calling it off. I will be calling off the match right now because this is just wait for a second. Unfortunately, that is a bug. So that's a bug. Please do not use it. Okay. The bug is that the Elixir grants heals when TM Kang uses... Which rock does he use there? Panel back. Yeah. So, Thank you. That's broken. So, a broken combo has been found, which means that, when you use 2 attacks with a specific combination, you can just heal up infinitely without anything else. So there will be no disqualifications going on. We'll just have the next match going on. 1 to 2. Let's continue. Yes, it was quite the exploit, because if you can heal without cooldown, that of course means you're pretty much invulnerable, right? But let's continue. So the next match starts. TM Kang versus New Kid. So, New Kid starting with the side barrier, not dodging that. It's quite hard to dodge that sign ball, actually. New Kid launching a volley of attacks against TM Kang. However, he used an invert style to flip TM Kang's attacks, which means that TM Kang's attacks healed New Kid for a while. TM Kang is trying to hit New Kid, however New Kid is dodging quite well, and rushing. Ooh, that rush sword was flipped, meaning it healed New Kid instead of damaging him. However, could this be it for TM Kang, or New Kid rather? TM Kang using his Ultra Block in order to stop New Kid from winning. Wow, that was a really good match. 2-2. GG. New Kid staying. I'm glad to see a lot of people are in the chat hanging out. Hi everyone. I hope you're having fun. I'm not able to commentate the matches as energetically as I would like to today. But New Kid might. Okay. So there will be no changes, which means it's a 2v2, which means that after this we will go into the semifinals actually. Okay, let's continue. TM Kang versus New Kid. Let's start. So, New Kid striking with that neutral leaf cross. Both players are playing very carefully at the moment. You can see that they're keeping their distance from each other. New Kid keeping up the barrier and trying to keep his defenses up while going against TM Kang. TM Kang switching to Electric Element for those extra heals he gets when he uses attacks. However, he gets poisoned by New Kid. All of TM Kang's attacks missing. However, New Kid keeps up the pressure with constant flurry of sword attacks. Does not look good for TM Kang. New Kid still has a lot of HP on him. However, TM Kang uses his Ultra Block, 150 damage, and TM Kang is sped up now, so he gets a lot of buff from that, and a lot easier cooldowns. He equalized the playing field a little. However, New Kid slows on TM Kang and strikes him with the sword. That was a death sentence for TM Kang, which means it is now 3-3. GG, everyone. Wow. Good job to both players. I will be updating these scores accordingly, which means that New Kid won with an advantage of only 1 point. Which means that TM Kang will be playing Sojitsu, and the winner of that round will be playing against me again. So now we have Chaos Tales versus New Kid. Tales versus New Kid. Both players have to start with pack 1 of their equipment. So I will be updating the packs here, which means we are playing Chaos Tales. We'll be using a Trickster pack again. And there we go. And 7, right? Yeah. There we go. Which means that this next match will decide who will be the winner of the winner's bracket before we merge the 2 brackets with each other. So we have Chaos Tales versus New Kid. I will be doing another coin flip to determine which of the 2 will be landing in the red side. Chaos equals red equals head. Which means if we flip the coin here, we are getting tails, which means Chaos, you're blue. Cool. I'm happy that the people in chat seem to be having fun with it as well. I do like your predictions for who will be the winner, so keep trying to predict the winner. It's always fun when the community gets engaged in this kind of stuff. So, this next match will be quite intense. It's Naked against Chaos Tales in the semi-finals. Chaos Tales seems to have quite a few supporters, however I also noticed that New Kid has quite some people staying behind him. So, let's begin this next matchup between New Kid and Chaos Tales. Let's go. Both players hitting with their combos, however Chaos Tales almost getting that 0 to kill combo. However, New Kid was able to dodge all of them. Chaos Tales flipping his... Oh, and he got crushed by New Kid. That is a dangerous situation to be in. That was the crush that got him. Crush is a mechanic in EndCycle, where if you get hit often enough, you get stunned for just a few seconds. You always have to make sure that your crush bar stays at a relative low for that to work. Chaos switching packs or sides. Okay, so Chaos Tales determines that he wants to switch to the red side, which New Kid needs to abide by since he is the winner. Okay, next match, continue. So Chaos Tales now has 1 point and is... Both players are playing more cautiously than before. Unlike before where attacks got thrown out immediately, the our players are now engaging in more defensive play with more long-range attacks, with New Kid keeping up his barrier and Chaos Tales putting up that Anthem, because the Anthem actually prolongs his buff duration, which means that it could, in the long run, be quite the detriment for Chaos Tales. However, Chaos Tales using that flip bio heart in order to keep up quite a huge amount of... And he gets crushed yet again. Can New Kid monopolize that? For some reason, New Kid's attacks went through Chaos Tales. That was quite interesting to see, but maybe that was the latency mixing up my attacks, or rather mixing up my sight. Both players using the Ultra Box, however Chaos Tales had the advantage in numbers. We'll have to analyze that gameplay footage again, however this time it's 1-1. That was quite cool. Chaos Tales has an insane pack, however, as is usual with EndCycle, sometimes indeed some bugs here and there. So as is practice with EndCycle, the creating your own strategy is only half the battle. Once you actually execute that, you can even make the worst of strategies well played if you are able to keep up the pressure, if you're able to somehow get your enemy in a tight spot. You can make do with any kind of strategy, so it's a lot of it comes down to execution. So New Kid will be switching sides, which means that Chaos Tales will have to go back to blue, and both players are staying with their main pack. So let's continue. New Kid using that side barrier, whereas Chaos Tales is trying to outmaneuver New Kid. However, New Kid is keeping up pressure with very close range combat. Chaos Tales is using a lot of attacks to put the pressure on New Kid. However, New Kid has the advantage and he stays close. However, Chaos Tales could potentially go around New Kid. However, he gets crushed yet again by New Kid. Here is the issue in Chaos Tales' strategy. Whenever Chaos Tales uses his heal, he actually increases his crush because his heal is actually a inverted damaging attack. He's using an attack that should actually damage him, but he flipped it using the flip style, which means that instead of damaging him, it's instead increasing his HP. But that means that he also still gets the crush from the attack. Okay, so let's begin. It's Chaos Tales versus New Kid. Let's start the next match. Chaos Tales is putting up the pressure, however New Kid was able to dodge out of that combination of attacks. both players could still win. However, New Kid is keeping up the pressure with that Fire Gate placed by Chaos Tails. However, Chaos Tails gets him in quite a tough spot. If New Kid does not heal up, he manages to heal up. However, that poison still got the best of him, and Chaos Tails wins with a Leaf Cross. Team Red is always keeping up that... Team Red seems to always be the winner in this situation. So it's 2-2 now. Which means that we have one more match before we actually enter the finals. So, New Kid versus Chaos Tails, which means it's one more match, and then we'll proceed to the losers bracket. Let's begin. New Kid is in Team Red, which means that if the pattern is to be followed, the red team might win again. However, everything is still open for interpretation, and New Kid lays down a barrage of attacks on Chaos Tails. Chaos Tails having 300 more HP could mean that he's able to heal much more HP. And hiding behind that Anthem and regaining a lot of his health back is a really good strategy, and one that might work for him in the long run. However, unfortunately, he is able to Chrono Rip New Kid, and he is getting into a predicament. New Kid has quite a lot of HP. Oh my god, New Kid will die because of the poison. Wow, that was a lot of pressure on New Kid, which means that Chaos Tails secures his victory. Chaos Tails 7 wins. That was amazing matches. Which means that Chaos Tails proceeds to the finals. However, all players still have a chance of winning. So Chaos Tails with a score of 3 and New Kid with a score of 2. So, let's proceed to the next match. Next match is now TM Kang versus Sojitsu. So TM Kang equals red equals hits as always. We'll now do another coin flip to determine which team TM Kang will be part of. Tails, which means that TM Kang blue, Sojitsu red. And yeah, New Kid tends to do better when their opponent is turtling and being super defensive. He likes to really put on the pressure, whereas I think when the pressure is flipped, it is a very tough situation on him. I'll just quickly update the overlay. So it's TM versus Sojitsu. And Sojitsu will, of course, have to start with his first pack. Let's see here. And TM will have to start with his first pack as well. There we go. There we go. So, okay, let's go. So, we're now in the losers round 1, TM Kang versus Sojitsu. Both players are hitting out some attacks, however TM Kang using that Earth Barrage, hitting Sojitsu quite a lot of times. Sojitsu is having a lot of pressure. Will Sojitsu try to heal up, or will he try to instead keep up the pressure? Sojitsu is almost crushed. If he heals himself one more time, he's getting hit and he is crushed. That is the first round that goes to TM Kang. Wow. Good job. It is now 0-1. Sojitsu, switch pack or sides. Let's see what will happen. No, Valky, I think you were onto something already. Don't worry. Like, often when you're the thing that you're seeing is actually you know, the thing that's actually happening. Okay, so Sojitsu is actually switching to his secondary pack. This is now the first time in the tournament, I believe, that a player is switching packs midway. So let's begin by changing to the alternative. No, it already happened once, I believe. Sojitsu is now using his alternative pack against TM Kang, which is a slightly different strategy. Okay, so I hope both players are ready. Let's begin. Both players are hitting out with a lot of attacks right from the start. TM Kang putting on the pressure with his electric attacks. However, Sojitsu throwing out those grenades and getting hit by TM Kang's attacks. However, he uses his Ultra Lock in order to dodge his Earth Barrage. He uses an Elec Grenade, which temporarily stuns TM Kang, and throwing out an Eject in order to get rid of his debuffs. He heals himself and speeds himself up. However, he gets hit by TM Kang's barrage of attacks. which is a nasty way to end it. It is now 0-2 for TM Kang. Sojitsu, switch, let's see. Sojitsu now has the option to switch back to his main pack, or stay. He is under a lot of pressure. Okay. He's now under a lot of pressure. If he loses this next round, he will lose in the loser's round 1, which means he will not be able to win the title of champion anymore. However, if everything goes well, he might also be able to proceed and still get the winner's bracket. Will we see a comeback? This will be exciting. Let's begin. Dodging all of those earth barrages. However, unfortunately, TM Kang is putting on a lot of pressure. He could get crushed by his own hot magic. However, he recognizes that in time. Instead, throws out a grenade and an eject as well. He's using that combination. Ooh, TM Kang using a lot of attacks. However, Sojitsu misfiring his Ultra Ball. Oh, this could be it for Sojitsu. However, yeah, he does not manage to dodge TM Kang's barrage of attacks, which unfortunately gets the 0 free. Well played, both of you. However, the pressure from TM Kang's attacks was simply too much for Sojitsu to handle, which means that this round goes to TM Kang with a 3-0 on Sojitsu. Which means it's my turn. Now it's the fated fight between developers. The developer of EndCycle versus the developer of One Step From Eden. Red equals skull equals heads. So if we flip, we're now going to flip the coin and tails, which means I am landing in the blue team. Let's check out my inventory. I'm using my main pack. Okay, now it needs to be made sure first. So we'll now check it out. I need to make sure that I actually play now, because I was actually just like ready to commentate on the match without actually playing. Oh my god, the chat box is actually in the background, so I'll actually move the chat box a little bit and make sure it's a little bit better visible, perhaps. Okay, so you all should be able to see the chat box a little bit better now. Okay, so the next match begins. I'm already sweating, like super nervous. I'm super nervous. But let's begin. First match of the second match of the losers round. Okay, let's begin. I'll first break the panels and try. Oh, I got turned by TM Kang. However, he landed a few really good attacks on me. I will be hiding out down here actually. TM Kang not doing much. Ow. Yeah, that could be it. That was it for me. First round defeated by TM Kang. Oof, that hurts. Okay. So, which means it's now a 1-0. No switch from my end. TM Kang is able to put a lot of pressure with that combo on me. However, I will now be using this here, and instead I will be pushing him with this here. And now he's actually quite hot. Uh-oh. Ah, the stunts. Oh my god. Okay, so I'll now use this here and hope everything goes well. If it does. Oh my god, that sign ball is so hard to dodge. Ah! Okay, so it's now 2-0. Oopsie. 2-0. Let's continue. TM Kang could see a resurrection from the losers round. But yeah, they are really good at setting up combos. However, I'll switch actually packs. So I'll actually switch to my secondary pack, which is the Tourney side pack, which actually uses Tankity, which actually has an affinity towards thunder attacks. Oh, I didn't even update the overlay. Oh my god, my bad. So it's actually Galaxis. And I'll be using my second pack, which actually uses Tankity. And Tankity is an electric type, I want to say Pokemon. It's an electric type noise, which actually has an affinity towards getting stunned. So let's see if this will work out a little bit different. Ouch! Okay, that is not working well, or in my favor. Ow. I'm going to get rid of that poison. And unfortunately, I'm not able... Oh, yeah, that was it. Unfortunately, I got hit by the Earth Barrage as Tankity. That was not a good pack to switch to. That was a really, really bad pack. My strategy was simply not up to par with TM Kang. Well played. It's now 3-0. Which means that I'm also falling out of the tournament. But unfortunately, that's fine. Because I'm now able to focus more on commentating the whole thing, which is more fun for me to do anyway. Okay, so now I'll be leaving the spot, which means that the next round is New Kid versus TM Kang, which is the second time they will be duking it out. So New Kid is the top one, so equals red equals heads. Let's see. Coin flip. Heads, which means that will that means that New Kid equals red. Okay, so now before we start, let me update the names for the players, which means that it's going to be New Kid playing against TM Kang. New Kid's strategies are really good, so TM Kang might feel under pressure again. Okay, so let's begin. We're now in the semifinals, which means that after this matchup, the winner will be decided. I hope you're all ready, everybody in chat. Let's begin the next match. Let's start. I forgot to spectate, which is okay. I will spectate in the future. That just means that I will have to entertain you in the meantime with this here. Restart. Perhaps we might have to restart if New Kid is lagging. So restart match. I forgot to spectate. Okay, so the match will be restarted because I forgot to spectate. So New Kid will rejoin in just a moment. In the meantime, I will showcase what the issue that TM Kang found out. So if we use an Elec Shift and a panel back, or is it, there we go. A panel back is an attack which actually is quite cool. You can use it to revert the area stolen by the enemy for yourself again. So if I, for example, turn in area to the enemy, like so, I'm now able to get back with panel back if I stand in front of it, and I convert the area that got stolen into a very, very powerful attack. However, the problem is, if you are not able to revert an area, you do not lose the cooldown on the attack. Which means that if I now style panel back with electricity, I'm now able to simply spam it. But Elec Shift actually grants you a heal whenever you use attack with that element. So now I have Elec Shift, and I'm using an Elec attack. Of course, I can just get health back as much as I want, since I have no cooldown on that attack. That is the exploit that TM Kang found before, which will need to be fixed in the coming version. Strange. Weird ROM usage. Okay, so let's start this next match, New Kid versus TM Kang. Let's begin. TM Kang using his default start, however New Kid dodged that attack perfectly. TM Kang trying to pull him and flipping New Kid around. That flip is a really dangerous tool because it actually ensures that your enemy is quite confused after you use it. So you actually need to use the flip button again to look into the right direction. TM Kang is getting a lot of poison on him by New Kid. And that is it, which means it's a 1v1 now. I believe, right? No, it's a 0-1. It's a 0-1, so it's 1-0. TM Kang, switch anything? Okay, so TM Kang is switching his sides and his pack, which means that TM Kang will go red and New Kid will go into the other. So I actually believe that TM Kang, this should be his second pack, which might be quite a different pack than the one he used so far. New Kid is still, both players will now be using Cress, which apparently seems to be a top tier character at the moment. Yeah, let's see what the switch will bring TM Kang. Will it be luck or will it be... TM Kang starting out with those area, however he runs into his... Oh, he is not able to catch his own... He's not able to catch his own strategy. He was able to counter himself, however there we go. So TM Kang unfortunately was going for a very weird strategy just now. Everything okay? It seems to be 1 versus 2. No, it's 0-2. My bad. That was quite a strange occurrence. I believe TM Kang was going for a perhaps it was the input lag. Yeah, seemed like it. So he tried to counter himself, however, he was unfortunately unable to counter his own attack. That was quite an interesting strategy he was going for, however, the input lag due to the online multiplayer might have caused him to put in the wrong inputs. Okay, so let's continue. TM Kang is still using his second pack for this. Both players are using area box to try and control the area. TM Kang gained a lot of area from that counter, so that was TM Kang's strategy. He was trying to get himself to counter his own attack. However, unfortunately, he's not able to counter his own attack, which leaves him in a very tight spot against New Kid. Which means that New Kid actually wins this 0-3. Dang. That counter needs a bit of work, but good game. Unfortunately, TM Kang was not able to pull off his counters well enough to defeat New Kid, which means that we'll now have a rematch between New Kid and Chaos Tails. This is now a match that will go up to 5 wins this time around. But here you can see very clearly that some strategies just win over others. Maybe not in the strategies department itself, but just in the execution. Because as you can see, TM Kang was able to defeat both me and Sojitsu super easily, however he was struggling to get his ground against New Kid. And he was having a good time, but unfortunately after he was switching packs, he was not able to keep up the pressure that he did before against New Kid. With New Kid being the clear king when it comes to keeping the other player under pressure. We'll now have the first fight between Chaos Tails and New Kid, with both of the players using their first pack. So, right? No, that was Chaos Tails now. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so, let's begin this last... Yep. Good game anyway. So, I believe that New Kid has the best execution. He has also been in the game for much longer than Chaos Tails. Or Chaos Tails has a really good brain when it comes to finding out how the game works and strategies, and really making sure to exploit as many variables about the game as possible. So we'll continue now with the finals. So we'll do red equals chaos equals heads. We now flip the coin. We have heads, which means red equals chaos. We'll now go into the finals of today's tournament. Let's see. Where is it? There we go. Looks good. Hi there, Shadow, Akinos. We're currently in the finals, as you can see on the top right. So that means that we're going to have the first match, Chaos Tales versus New Kid. Best to 5, it's 0-0. Let's begin. Don't forget to grab the game on Steam and on Discord. New Kid has to win 5 times. Whoever wins 5 matches now will be the tournament winner. Wait, Eve and Cole, isn't that you, LD? I didn't recognize your name for a while there. Let's see here who will win. So, Chaos Tales is keeping up the pressure with his high HP, however he's getting poisoned by New Kid, which, mind you, poison takes off a percentage of the HP and not a full value, which means that poison is more effective against Chaos Tales, however so is Regen. New Kid slows down Chaos Tales. Chaos Tales hiding behind that speaker, however, New Kid was not able to capitalize on that, getting hit by quite a lot of Chaos Tales' Ultra Rock and landing in that fire gate. Well played to both players, is now 1-0 for Chaos. So will New Kid switch? We'll see. I hope everybody in chat is having a good time. These are some very exciting matches, and we are very close to the very final. We're getting very close to the finals of today, or rather to the final battles of today. So if you haven't yet, please join our Discord, get the game on Steam. It's a lot of fun. We'll have these tournaments at least once a month from now on. So yeah, make sure to join our little online community and play with us. Okay, so New Kid is switching his pack, which means that I will update the pack on the layout to show that New Kid is now having his second pack. There we go. So, let's begin. New Kid is using his second pack. Let's see how well he does with that. His muscle memory might be used to the other pack, which means that this pack might not be so effective, but we'll see. Akinas, I really hope you're able, or rather everybody in chat, I hope you're able to join the next tournament. I would love to see a tournament with a lot of players, with maybe a bracket of 16 players. Both players are keeping up the pressure with attacks, however New Kid gets struck by all those war attacks by Chaos, which means that he is in quite a bind. New Kid's low HP as well as his weakness to war might be his downfall, however both players use their Ultra Rock yet again. Chaos Tales' Ultra Rock simply reigns supreme as New Kid is only able to slow down Chaos Tales, however Chaos Tales can actually dish out damage. So, that is now a 2-0 for Chaos Tales. So, switching. Let's see if New Kid will decide to switch or if he'll do anything else. It's New Kid. Because you gotta stay. Best of 5. Let's see here. Chaos pops the Ultra whenever he gets slowed down. Seems like a good counter against Cress. It's a good counter against Cress, however, it could become very predictable. Okay, so New Kid wants to switch sides with Chaos. Okay, both players seem to be ready now. We're entering the third match. Let's see if the switch will bring New Kid luck. Hairstyle's using his attacks. However, New Kid is able to flip Hairstyles around, putting up a lot of pressure. This could be a perfect victory for New Kid if he keeps up the pressure. It crushed, and that was it. A perfect victory for New Kid. It is the Team Red that helped him, or rather, it's the blessing of Team Red. Which means it is now 1, 2, 4 Chaos Tails. The blue side can also win quite easily, so it's not really like you have a bad time on the blue side. However, of course it helps if you're used to playing on the red side. Okay, let's begin. This is now the 4th match. Both players still have a winning chance. Whoever wins this match will be crowned EndCycle versus champion. For next month at least. Crystals is getting a lot of pressure under him. He's using that leaf cross, however he gets caught in the flinch fire gate, which is quite the stun. Yuki is getting a lot of poison out. And he loses again, unfortunately. That was well played by both teams, however that flinch fire gate is quite a hefty attack. So, it is now 3, 2, 1. I believe. Yes, so Chaos is using Flinch Fire Gate, which is an extremely strong move. So, will New Kid switch? However, the Flinch Fire Gate could potentially also be a little overpowered, so that might be on me to balance, or rather on me and Daniel to balance it down a little bit. We'll see how the next rounds go, or in general, how the whole game progresses. Any switch? Will New Kid decide to switch to the other team, or will he stay blue? Sides and pack. New Kid, so main pack again. Which means that New Kid will switch to red and he'll be using his main pack. Which means that New Kid will be using pack 1 again. Let's see what happened in today's EndCycle versus champion. That attack was blocked by New Kid's side barrier. Both players playing more defensively, however, Kid is still using that regeneration, that flip fire heart, however that includes a little bit of crush, and he gets a lot of damage with that sword combo from New Kid. His crush is quite high. If he heals now, he could unfortunately stop his crush from going down. New Kid is putting up the pressure. This could be a victory for New Kid, however, K-Style is healing himself, however the crush bar is so high, and that is a victory for New Kid. Wow. Which means it is now a 3 versus 2. Okay, K-Style decides to switch sides, however not packs. New Kid staying with his main pack again seems to have been granting him a little bit of luck. Or let's see, we're now on the beach. Ow, that was a lot of swords. So Chaos Tails will now have to reduce a lot of HP from New Kid. However, he is healing him quite a lot. Hiding behind that Atom, he gets 2 hits in, and the Crusher gets a lot of crush on Crest, or rather New Kid. Red side equals victory? Well, not always, no. And the few matches we've played here so far have proven that hypothesis to be not 100% reliable. New Kid slows on Chaos Tails, however Chaos Tails predictably he used oof. New Kid gets his revenge from the blue side, which means we are now back to 3-3. So 5 wins is it. I'll be switching the music to actually no, Bell stays, but we're switching to voxel generation, and the background will now be the galaxy background, because that is the final destination of EndCycle Versus. So, no switch. Let's begin. Or rather, whenever the players are ready. So, blue side redemption arc, let's go. We now have a maximum of 3 bells left. Let's see who will be the EndCycle Versus winner today. Crystal's setting down that Firegate, however, New Kid efficiently dodging it. It's anybody's game at this point. Crystals is back to full health, and he has quite the advantage with that constantly regenerating health. There's a lot of health that he needs to get rid of. However, he runs into his own Firegate, sets down a leaf panel, which pushes New Kid up. He does not get that combo in due to New Kid's side barrier. Crystal's crush is super high. New Kid dishes off a lot of damage, however, Crystal's missing with that Ultra buff. And that was it for Chaos Tales. New Kid winning with a constant stream of attacks. Wow. Which means that it's 3-4. Switch. Does Chaos want to do any switch? Or will he stay with his strategy? We'll see. This could be it for Chaos. However, he could still also win. This could be a very, very tight match. Okay, let's begin. Starting with that sword combo, Crystals try to counter it, however, misses the attacks. He's getting a lot of damage with that poison, however, Crystals switching it back to regen. He uses the Anthem to keep up the regen, however, unfortunately, he gets crushed, and that was it for Chaos Tales. New Kid is the new champion of EndCycle Versus is New Kid 1-1. Congratulations to both players. I believe 3-5. Don't look at the loser's side. Nah, I don't think so. Whoa, okay, wait. Checking. Okay, let's see here. I have to check. This could be a technicality in the rules. No. It seems to be that... Yeah, it's first to 5 wins in the finals. First to 5 wins in the finals. Unfortunately, that was it for this tournament. Well played, both of you. That was it for the EndCycle Versus tournament. The winner of today's tournament is New Kid with 5 wins against Chaos Tales' 3 wins. Well played, everyone. Which means that the winner of today's tournament is New Kid. Good job on that. Wow. So, well played, everyone. So typically the winner would need to be knocked out of winners. Yeah, but in the format we have it set up, it seems that there is no extra win after getting pushed out of the winners bracket. GG to New Kid, well done. And there was a lot of crest users with up and down blades. I believe that next time we'll see a lot of more interesting plays, and it will be, of course, be a lot of a different playing field because the game's balance will shift quite a bit. There might also be new content for y'all to try out. Well played, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. And again, here I will now showcase the crowning of I'll now showcase the crowning of the winner. So if we look up in here, we'll now quickly wait. We'll do this here. We'll do a window capture of my Discord. And I'll now show you my Discord for a quick second. There we go. So, we'll now crown the winner of today's tournament, which is New Kid. We're gonna go into the settings, or rather no. New Kid will now get a new role as the versus champion. So, and in the newsfeed we will post a quick do we have a child emoji? Congratulations to New Kid, to the new EndCycle versus champion. New Kid. Oh right, I can just pick him. Hey, help. Child. See you all next week. I will urge you all to join our Discord if you have not yet. Here is the link for the game on Steam and on our Discord. See you all next week. Not next week. See you all next. See you all in our Fight the Devs event in 2 weeks. Stay tuned for the next tournament announcement. There we go. So now we have a new versus champion in our Discord. I urge you all to join our Discord. It is a lot of fun. It is a great community to play battles, to play with others, to chat about strategies, about balancing. And you can also even see our playing log in our Discord. So it's a lot of fun for everyone. I urge you all to join it. And yeah, that was it for today. I hope you all had a lot of fun in today's matches. I'll be ending the stream here. And thank you all again for being part of today's stream. It was a lot of fun to stream for you. I hope you'll tune in 2 weeks when we'll have the next Fight the Devs event with the newest update on that day. Okay, so then I'll see you all, and thank you again for watching. Bye bye.